So now write down the question. So there will be two regression equations are given to you. So till now we have done like, so we have given the data. So we have found the regression equations x on y and y on x. So the next is we are given with the regression equations. I want to find the value of from those regression equations. So we have to find the value of the correlation coefficient between x and y. So we have to find the correlation coefficient between x and y, the regression coefficient of y on x and x on y. So the four things we want to calculate: the correlation coefficient, the regression coefficients of x on y and y on x, and along with the arithmetic mean of x and y. So x bar, y bar. So we want to find the values of x bar, that is x mean, y bar, y mean, then your regression coefficient x on y be xy, regression coefficient y on x be yx, and the correlation coefficient r xy. So all these things we have to find from the regression lines which is given to you, as the first line is 7x minus 3y minus 18 equal to 0. So I'm sharing you this Excel sheet. So this Excel sheet is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
So the first line is 7x minus 3y minus 18 is equal to 0. So this is the first regression line, 7x minus 3y minus 18 is equal to 0. And the second is 4x minus y minus 11 equal to 0. 4x minus y minus 11 is equal to 0. So this will be your second line. So these two are your regression lines are given to you. From these two regression lines, you have to calculate the value of x mean or x bar. So x mean you want to calculate, y mean you have to calculate, then y, then b yx and r xy. All these things you have to calculate from the given equations. Fine. So now the thing is, if the general line of y on x, what is the general line of y on x? We've already discussed that. What is the general line of y on x? Y is equal to a plus so which will be equal to a plus byx x. So that will be the general line of y on x. So this will be your y on x line, and general line of x on y is x is equal to a plus bxy y. So this will be a general line of x on y. Fine. Now these are the regression lines given to you. So if I compare this, so if we compare this line as y on x, so coefficient of x will be your byx. So whatever the coefficient of x is, it is the value of byx. And if in the line of x on y, what is the coefficient of y is the bxy. So you can directly calculate the value of bxy and byx. And r value is, and what is the r? B. In the last class, we have discussed that r is equal to byx into bxy under the root. So by comparing these lines with the general form of the equation, so we can find the value of byx and bxy, and then multiplying both and under root of the same will give the r. But what is the problem in the question? So what is the problem in the question? The problem is that this is the regression line given, but it is not given that if this particular line is x on y or y on x. So it is not given to me that this particular regression line, if it is x on y or y on x. So we have to take the assumption like case 1. So in case 1, we'll assume that this particular line. So case 1 will be like this particular line is x on y. And if this is x on y, this is x on y, so this is line of y on x. So this line is y on x. This is your case 1 in which we are assuming like if this line is x on y and the another line is y on x. And in the parallel we are assuming the case 2. In case 2 it is a vice versa. This line, if we talk of this line, initially we have assumed in the case 1 that first line is x on y. So in the second line this first y on x, and the second one is the second line is y on x in first case and x on y in the second case. Clear? So accordingly we have to solve now. So now if this particular line is x on y, so we have to make x in terms of y, because if this line is particularly x on y, so we have to make the x in terms of y. So we will take x on the one side and rest on the another side. So 7x is equal to 3y plus 18. So if this particular line is x on y, so we have to make x on the one side and rest all on the other. So 7x is equal to 3y plus 18, and this regression becomes x is equal to 3 by 7x, sorry, y, 3 by 7y plus 18 by 7. Doubts in this? And this second line is y on x, so we have to make y on the one side and rest on the other. So that becomes 4x minus 11 is equal to y. So we will take y on the one side and rest all on the other. So this equation becomes y is equal to 4x minus 11. Any doubt in this? So now from this particular equation, you can find the value of bxy. So what is the value of bxy? So whatever the coefficient of y is the bxy coefficient, which is 3 divided by 7, and byx comes as byx is what is the coefficient of x is the byx, which is 4.
4.
So fine. Now calculate r. So r is equal to bxy into byx ki under root. So that will be the formula for under root of bxy into byx. So if you solve this, so this becomes 4 into 3 by 7. 4 into 3 by 7 raised to the power 0.5. This comes out to be 1.309. Now, if the value of r can be 1.309, tell me if the value of r can take the value 1.309. Tell me if r value can be greater than 1.
No, sir. R lies between -1 to 1.
-1 to +1. So this particular case will get rejected. So our supposition is wrong that this line is x on y and this is on y on x. So our supposition becomes wrong. So we have to take care for the case 2. So now if we'll check for the case 2. So this first line is y on x. So we have to take y on one side and rest on the other. So this becomes 7x minus 18 is equal to 3y. So 7x minus 18 is equal to 3y, and y is equal to, so the regression line becomes y is equal to 7 by 3x minus 18 by 3, it is 6. So 7 by 3x minus 6 will be the regression line of y on x. And the second line is x on y, so we have to keep x on one side and rest all on the other. So 7 by 3x minus 6 will be the line, and then you have 4 this term, so x on the one side and rest on the other, so 4x is equal to y plus 11. Fine, and the line becomes x is equal to 1 by 4y plus 11 by 4. Fine, so from this the regression coefficient byx comes out to be whatever the coefficient of x, which is 7 by 3 is your byx, and bxy is 1 by 4. Fine, so byx is 7 by 3 and bxy is 1 by 4. So then r is equal to, what is the value of r? So r is equal to 7 by 3 so r is equal to 7 by 3 raised to the power 7 by 3 into 1 by 4. So 7 by 3 into 1 by 4 and whole raised to the power 0.5. So that comes out to be 0.763. So which is possible now? So the coefficient of correlation can be 0.76. So that means this case is accepted. So r, the value of, we have to find the value of bxy, byx and rxy. So value of bxy comes out to be 1 by 4, which is 0.5. 0.25. 1 by 4 is 0.25. So one value comes out to be 0.25. Another value comes out to be 2.33 will be a value of byx. R value is 0.763. Now we want to find the value of x mean and y mean. So simply solve these two equations. Whatever the given in the question. So how we can solve this? So we can multiply this equation with 3. We can multiply equation number 2 with 3 so that it becomes 3y. Then elimination can solve the problem. So this becomes 7x minus 3y minus 18 is equal to 0. That becomes your first equation, and multiplying this with 3 both sides, so this becomes 12x minus 3y minus 33 is equal to 0. So this becomes your second equation. Now subtracting will eliminate y, so subtracting 1 and 2, so we are left with minus 5x and plus 33 plus 18, 33 minus 18. So 33 minus 18 is minus, because sign is of plus, because it will get added. So 33 minus 18, so which is plus 33 minus 18 is 15. So plus 15 is equal to 0. So elimination becomes 5 minus 5x plus 15 equal to 0. Minus 5x, or I can write it like minus 5x is equal to minus 15. So ultimately solving this will get the value of x as 3. So value of x comes out to be 3, and putting this value in any of the equation, so this becomes 21 minus 18 3 So y is equal to 1. So that is none other than your, so solving this, whatever the value of x and y come, that is none other than x mean and y mean. So the answer becomes x mean is 3, y mean is 1, byx is 2.33, bxy is 0.25, and rxy is 0.763. So ultimately, in solving these questions, if you are provided with the two regression lines, one case is accepted and one case is rejected. So एक case accept होगा, एक case reject होगा. In this case will be get rejected. So you have to write here that the case 1 is rejected. So case 1 supposition is false. Case 1 supposition is false as R cannot be greater than 1. So as the case 1 supposition is wrong, the R cannot be greater than 1. So hence the case 1 is rejected. So we go to case 2. According to case 2, we'll get the answers as like this. So that is the way to find out the, you can say, the correlation or regression coefficients if regression lines are given to you. Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Fine. Okay. So now next is the correlation and regression of, so correlation and regression of the grouped data. How to find the coefficient of correlation and regressions of the group data? So first we'll start with the correlation and parallelly we can do for the regression. First we'll try for the correlation and then the parallels, the same thing we can go for the regression. Fine. So let's take one example. Wait a minute. Yeah. So write down the data, like there will be two variables x and y. So two variables x and y, the data is as follows. X oblique y. So x is on this axis and y is suppose on this. So rows is your x and column is your y. So x is 15, 25, 25 to 35, then 35 to 45, and 45 to 55, and 55 to 65. This will be your x data, and y is 10 to 20, then so 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, and 50 to 60. So 10, 20, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, and 50 to 60. So these are the y data and this is your x data. Now the frequencies is also given to you. So frequencies is 63000. So which is 63000. Now next is 31610, 31610, 0 and 0. Then you have 0, 10, 15, 0, 10, 15, 70. Then you have 0, 0, 7, 10, 4. So 0, 0, 7, 10, 4 and 00045. So this is your data given to you and this is the frequency. Now first understand what is the data is. So let's suppose this 15 to 25 is the you can say the age, and 10 to 20 may be the salary in thousand. So 10 to 20,000 is the salary and 15 to 25 is the age. So the data is saying that the one second, hold. Hello. Hello. Audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Yeah. So the data is saying like there will be an age group of 15 to 25 and there will be 6 individuals who has the salary of 10,000 to 20,000. And then 15 to 25 there will be 3 individuals who are in the salary group of 20,000 to 30,000. There will be no individuals who are in the age group of 15 to 25 who have the salary greater than 30,000. So that's why they're all zeros. So in the same way, the age group, if they increase from 25 to 35, there will be 3 individuals who have a salary of 20 to 20, 16 individuals who have a salary of 20 to 30, 10 between 30 to 40 and so on. So that will be the data in which this is the number of individuals are given to you who lies in the age bracket and the income bracket. So these are the respective age and the income bracket in which the data is given to you. Fine. Now we want to find that if there is any relation between the income and the age. कि कुछ ऐसा है that if the age will increase, the income will also increase, or a vice versa. So in first case, we want to find the correlation between the x and y. So because there is frequencies involved in this, so initially we have calculated the correlation for this if the data is will be this and this, but not the frequency. But because now the frequency is also given, so it is a case of your grouped data. Fine. So for that, the formula is, so what is the formula for R? So what is the formula for R? So R is N. So if you remember what I have done formula for R, N sigma xy. So we have done the formula for R as it done in the past, also the previous case. So R sigma xy minus sigma x sigma y. This will be your numerator, and sigma xy minus sigma x sigma y divided by numerator is under root of sigma, under root of n sigma x square minus minus sigma x का whole square and so and under root of n sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. So that is the formula for correlation. So n sigma xy minus sigma x sigma y is the numerator, and in denominator it is n sigma x square minus sigma x का whole square का under root and into n sigma y square minus sigma y का whole square का under the root. So this is the formula for non-grouped. So this is for the non-grouped data. There is, we have to go with suppose from here. Fine. So this becomes the formula for this. But now if it is a grouped data, so what is the change in the grouped data? The numerator where the n is there, it becomes as sigma f. So the n will be replaced by, because n is the total number of sum of the elements. So here the sum of the elements becomes n is replaced by sigma f. So sum of all the frequencies. So sigma f into sigma fxy. So now the f comes, so the formula becomes summation n is in the place of n, it is sigma f, and sigma xy is replaced by sigma fxy minus summation fx into summation fy divided by, again n is replaced by sigma f and then sigma fx square. So under root of summation f into summation fx square minus summation fx का whole square and then again summation f summation fy square minus summation fy whole square. So wherever there is x, f is added into that data. So this becomes our required formula. The numerator is sigma f into sigma fxy minus sigma fx into sigma fy whole divided by under root of sigma f into sigma fx square minus sigma fx का whole square and into under root of sigma f into sigma fy square minus sigma fy का whole square. Fine. So now we'll calculate one and all from this data and then we can get the answer. So let's take the first sum f. So first here the total of this f. So if we'll take the total of this f, so this becomes, so 6 plus 3 9. So in the same way we can make the total of all the rows. So this becomes the total. Fine. And in the same way we can take the total of all the rows. So this is also f. So if we'll take this as a sum and then, so this will be the total sum of this. So if this is a distribution, now you will take either the sum in this way or you will take the sum in this way. This is the same. So if we make the total that way, this comes out to be 100. Now if you make the total of this, it is also like 100. So your summation f, so the first value summation f comes out to be 100. So from this, so it will be clear like summation f. So what will be the summation f? Summation f will be 100. Now next is you want to calculate summation fx. So fx, so this is your x. So for that, so this is x data. So for that you require, so for that you require, this is a continuous data. Now you require the midpoint of the x to calculate it, because again you have to satisfy both the condition, inclusive and same class interval. It is satisfied already, so we have to check the midpoint 15 and 20. The midpoint is 25 plus 15 divided by 2, so 40 by 2, which is 20, which is 20. Then 25 plus 35, 60. 60 by 2 is 30. Then 40, 50, 60 and 70. So this becomes your x. So this becomes your x now. Midpoint of the data is the working rule. So this is your x. Now you want to calculate summation fx. So first you have to calculate fx. So fx is equal to this multiply by this. So this is your fx, f into x. So in the same way you have to calculate all fx's and then the sum of fx. So sum of fx is, so you will get as summation of fx. Summation of fx is 3920. So this becomes your summation of fx. Now next is summation fy. So we have to calculate. So this is the data of y. So we have to require y now. So for y, so this is your y. So which is the midpoint of 10 and 20, which is 15, 25, 35, 45, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55. So this becomes your y. Now you want fy. So this is your f. So you want fy. So then fy is multiply by this. So this becomes your fy. So you have to calculate the summation fy for all and the net sum, that is 3420. So that comes out to be so summation of fy is 3420. Fine. So you have calculated summation fx also, summation fy also. Now it comes to denominator first. So summation f we have already calculated. Now you want summation fx square. So for that you first require x square. So x square is equal to, this is your x. So this is your x. So this into this. So this is your x square. So you want individually x squares. So these are your x squares. Then you want fx squares. Fx squares is, this is your f into x square. So do step by step each step. So fx square is this one. So these are your individual fx squares, and now the sum of all this so becomes of summation fx square. So summation of fx square becomes 165800. So this becomes summation of fx square. Now you have calculated this minus summation fx. You have already calculated summation fx. So this term has calculated. Now you want summation f already calculated, summation fy square. So for that you require first the y square. So y square is equal to, this is your y. So this y into this again. So this becomes, so this is your y square. Now you want fy square. So fy square is, this is your f into y square. So this becomes your fy square. And now then next is the summation of fy square. So summation becomes the summation of fy square becomes 129,100. So we have calculated all the things except this summation fxy. सिर्फ एक समेशन एफ एक्स वाई रह गया, बाकी हमने सारी चीजें कैलकुलेट कर ली हैं. सो समेशन एफ एक्स वाई मीन्स, so for each cell we have to calculate. So for this cell, what is the value of summation fxy? So summation fxy is, there is three terms, x into f into y. So f is 6, x for this is 20, and y for this is 15. So 15 into 20 into 6. So that will be the fxy value for this cell. So what is the value of fxy? So I'm writing in the red color so that you will be differentiate with the f value and the fxy value. So this comes out to be 20 into 15. 300. 300 into 6 is 1800. Or I'm writing in the brackets. So 1800 is the one with the values 15 into 20, that is 30. 300 into 6, which is 1800. Then comes next 20 into 25. What is the value? 25 into 20, 500 into 3, that becomes 1500. If this value is also changed, no. Now this is 0, so f is 0. So f, if either of this 0, so this becomes 0. So this also becomes 0. So if this is becomes 0, then this is also are zeros. Fine. Now we have to calculate for this. So this becomes 3 into 30 into 15. So which becomes 450. 15 into 30 is 450. 450 into 3. What is 450 into 3? 1350. Check the calculations. So if it's 3 into 15, 45, 45 into 30. So 45, 3. It is 1350. Okay. Then next is 30 into 25. So this will be 30 into 25 for this particular value. We have calculated for this. So this is your y. So 25 into 30 into 16. So that comes out to be 12,000. So this value comes out to be 12,000. Now next is 30 into 35. So which will be equal to 30 into 35 into 10. So this value comes out to be 10,500. Fine. Next. So this is 0. So both the values comes out to be 0. Now this is also 0. So these are also zeros. And this is also 0. Clear? Now for calculation of this. So this is 15 into 40 into 35. So which will be equal to 15 into 40 into 35. 21,000. So this value comes out to be 21,000. Now for this is 40 into 45. So which will be equal to 40 into 45 into 7. So 12,600. Anyone and any doubt? Ask that moment only. This is 0, this is again 0. Now for check for this. So this is 50 into 35. So which will be equal to 50 into 35 into 7. So 12,250. So which comes 12,250. Now for this, so 50 into 45. So which will be equal to 50 into 45 into 10. So it comes out to be 22500. So we are left with this 4. So which is 50 into 55. So 50 into 55. So for this 4 you want to calculate. So this becomes 50 and 55 into 4. So this value comes out to be 11,000. And this value comes as, this is 60 into 55. So is equal to 60 into 55 into, so this is 60 into 55 into 5. So which comes out to be 16500. Fine. So we have calculated all individual fxy. So fxy we have all calculated. Now you want summation fxy, to sum of all these individual fxy. So which will be equal to, first is 1800 plus, you have to sum of all these individual fxy's. So 30 into 15, I will recheck again. So 20 into 15, 300 into 6, it is 1800. Okay. So 1800 plus 1500 plus 000 plus 1350 plus 12,000 plus 10,500 plus 0000 21,000 plus 12,600 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 12250 plus 22500 plus 11,000 plus 0000 and 16500. That comes out to be 123,000. So your summation summation of fxy. So the summation of fxy comes out to be 123,000. Fine. You will get all the values, put in the formula to calculate the answer. So numerator, first is the numerator. We'll apply separately. So numerator is sigma f. So sigma f is 100. So numerator becomes sigma f is 100 into summation fxy, which is 12300 minus of summation fx, so which is summation of fx into summation fy. So this becomes your numerator, which is sigma f into summation fxy minus summation fx into summation fy. Now the denominator is the first term is the under root of. So again we are calculating in the two steps. So first is again sigma f. So sigma f is, so which will be equal to, summation f into summation fx square. So this is the value of summation fx square minus summation fx ka whole square. So summation fx is this one, so square, and इस पूरे का under the root. So this is sigma f into summation fx square minus summation fx का square and इस पूरे का under the root. So this becomes the first part of this. Now the second part of the denominator is the same way the y term. So which is equal to summation f into summation fy square. So 129,000 minus of, with the bracket. So this minus of summation fy ka whole square. So which is this one. So raised to the power 2. And now the under root of the whole. So under root of the whole means 0.5. So this is exactly the same answer coming. Which will be equal to summation fy. Once again, calculate this once again. There is some issue, I think. If we calculate this, it becomes is equal to, first is summation f, which is 100 into summation fx square. So 166,500 minus of summation fx square और इस पूरे का अंडर द रूट. And for the another one, it is like is equal to 100 into summation fy square minus summation fy square and पूरे की raised to the power 0.5. Both values are coming same. Okay, no issues. Fine enough. So if we calculate this, so this into this, so ultimately the answer becomes, so is equal to this divided by this into this. So minus 0.911. So that will be your coefficient of correlation. So the R value comes out to be minus 0.911. So the both the variables are negatively, highly, strongly, you can say the strong correlation, high negative correlation between the two variables x and y. So the value comes out to be minus 0.911667765. So that will be your continuous for the grouped data, the coefficient of correlation. So in this way, you can find the correlation coefficient for the grouped data. ठीक? If it is not in the continuous form, you can directly use the x. But if it is in the continuous, you have to take the midpoint. So that is the difference in this case. Clear? Now again, we can apply the assumed mean method also. So if the calculations you are seeing that it is difficult to do the calculations, here we are doing the calculations on Excel. So whatever it is calculation, I'm not doing it, the Excel is doing it for me. But you have to take on notebook. So you can reduce your calculation by applying the assumed mean method. So assumed mean method says if the calculations will be tougher, then you take dx as the measure. So this is suppose x. Now you want to have this dx. So this 40 is the mean value. Now you will take dx. Now replace the formula wherever there is x replaced by dx and where there is y replaced by dy. So the formula becomes summation f dx dy minus summation f dx summation f dy summation f dx square minus f dx का square into summation f dy square minus summation f dy square. So that becomes the formula. So rest all the things remains the same. Only you have to do one extra step to find the dy. And now forget about this y. You have to do all these calculations on dx and dy. Rest everything will remain the same. Answer will also remain the same. But it is the way to reduce my calculations. That is the only task. So that is your correlation and correlation for the grouped data. Now if we want to find the regression for the grouped data, then if I want to find the regression of the grouped data, so then regression of the grouped data can be calculated as, so how we can find the regression of the grouped data? So now the cause and effect relation is there. So if we'll talk of the regression, so now if we'll check whether there is an effect of income or effect of age on income. So we have treated this as the income and this as the age. So now if we want to analyze that if there is any effect of age on the income, that if it is like that the person age increase, the income level also get increased. So I want to analyze this particular thing, that if it is like this, that the age of the person will get increased, the income will also get increased. Fine. So in that particular case, we have to find the regression of y on x or x on y. See the question, and I want to analyze that if it is effect of income on age. Effect of income on age. So that means we want to find y on x or x on y. Tell me.
Y on X.
We have to find y on x because we have to see the effect of income on age. So age should be my independent variable and y should be my dependent variable. So we have to find the line of y on x. We have to calculate the value of y on x. So what is the formula for y on x? So denominator will remain the same. There is no difference in the numerator. In the denominator, so if we want to find the value of byx, so in the denominator this under root will get removed and there will be only for x term. So this becomes the formula for byx. Fine. So this becomes the formula for byx. So byx becomes summation of f. So here I have not applied the deviation. So it becomes summation fxy to summation fx summation fy. So this becomes the formula for byx. If the same is for bxy, then only the denominator this x will change to y, summation fy square minus summation fy ka whole square. Fine. So now if we'll apply this formula to calculate the regression coefficient, so numerator will remain the same. There is no change in the numerator because the correlation and regression have the same numerator. So numerator will remain the same, but the denominator, so denominator becomes the square of this. So this is your x term with under root, but we have to take the square of this data. So your answer becomes, which will be equal to this divided by इसका whole square. Fine. So this is again your, so this is your regression. It is coming out to be same because they both are same. Both the values of x and y coming is to be same, so that's why it is the same. But it can be different. In this special case it is same, but otherwise it can be varied. So this becomes your byx. Clear? And bxy is also the same because exactly the same value is coming for bxy for denominator for both the cases. So this is the regression coefficient y on x. In the same way you can calculate bxy. If you want to calculate bxy, then the numerator will again the same. It will be like fy square minus summation fy ka whole square. Fine. Now the last thing you have to calculate, like what is the constant. So for constant, what I have discussed that it is y minus y bar. So this y on x equation becomes y minus y mean is equal to, now the a gets eliminated, it becomes byx x minus x mean. Fine. So you can calculate y mean and x mean from the data. So from this data you can calculate the y mean and x mean. So summation fx divided by summation f. The data gets varied, becomes 0 after alterations of this. Now, so this becomes 0. But if this is actually is not 0. Fine. So in the same, because we have done the Excel modeling now, so when we are modifying this data, so automatically it gets 0 because it make this as a text now. So leave that, but otherwise you have to check for, you can simply do fx summation of fx divided by summation f. So that is your x bar, and similarly summation of fy. So this is your summation fy, or you can say this one. So summation fx we have already calculated 3920. You have to divide it by 100. So you have to divide it by 100. So x bar becomes, so x mean is equal to 339.2 and y bar becomes 4.2. Fine. So putting in this formula, y minus 34.2. So this equation becomes y minus 34.2 will be equal to y minus 34.2 is equal to byx. Byx we have calculated as minus 0.91167. So that is your y, and into x minus x mean is 39.2. Now you can cross multiply this equation and find the value of y in terms of x. So whatever the constant comes, that will be value of intercept. So in that way you can find the coefficient of correlation and regression of the grouped data. Clear? Any doubts? We are not doing further today because the next topic is your now probability. The next topic is your probability. So we are not starting the probability today. But if you have any doubt in this grouped correlation or regression, so we can discuss upon it. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
किसी का कोई डाउट नहीं है? So I am stopping the recording first.
Sir, practice